This is Brandi Fowler for IdeateTV, and we're with Brent Burton, the president of the African American Firefighters Museum. The firefighters that come back to take a look at the museum, I'm sure they've told you stories. Has there been a story that stood out for you or that has impacted you in any way?
Man, there's so many. There are so many. You know, we were fortunate to capture some of the interviews of the firefighters that worked here during the integration period, and each one of these gentlemen has their own story of what they were enduring personally, from stories of you can't eat with the other white firefighters during lunch or dinner time. Your bed was usually in the corner near the locker room doors, so the other firefighters were slamming against your bed all night long to keep you up. Your locker was next to the toilet, and they would leave something there as a reminder, you know that you're not wanted. The stories of just the cruelty. I think the story that stands out the most is probably Ernie Roberts. Ernie Roberts is what we consider the gentleman that paid the ultimate sacrifice. And he wasn't killed, but the humiliation that he suffered and endured when one night at a fire station he was newly integrated into, they took his pillowcase off this pillow when he was downstairs cleaning tools late one night, and they used it as toilet paper and put it back on his pillow and turned the lights off. And the joke and the prank was for him to lay his head in that, and unfortunately he did. And once he did, he went to complain to the captain. The captain didn't want to hear it. He had a nervous breakdown in the fire station. They took him home in an ambulance. But the thing about Ernie, that happened in 1955, but he came back on the fire department. He worked all the way up until the year 1982. And when we interviewed him around the early 90s about that incident, we asked him, was it worth it? And he said, oh yes, without hesitation. And we said, why? He said, well, my son became a firefighter. In fact, his son became the first black scuba diver in the LA Fire Department. And he looked at several of us that were interviewing him and said, you guys are all on the job now and you're doing very well. So yes, it was worth it. And that was pretty touching.
Wow, and you're a firefighter yourself, or you were?
I still am. I've been a firefighter currently about 27 years. I'm a captain at a fire station with the LA County Fire Department.
So what was it about firefighting that made you want to get into the business?
Actually, I was fortunate. I had an older cousin that joined the fire department. I was on my way to being a police officer. I was LAPD all the way. And but when he joined the fire department, I asked him, well, what do you guys do? And how does it work? And he told me, and he invited me down to his station, and I saw it. It was very immaculate, very clean, a downtown firehouse. But it wasn't until he told me about their Explorer program when I was about 16, and I went to the fire station to inquire, and I saw the firefighters get dispatched to a structure fire call. And the way 10 firefighters appeared within 30 seconds and jumped on these trucks and just pulled out of the station was just, that was it for me. Mm-hmm. And I still, even to this day, after all these years, get kind of amped up when we get structure fire calls to go and meet the challenge. And that's it for me. That's what did it for me.
So do you also get amped up when you look around at the different pictures and the different artifacts also?
I get inspired. Okay. I get inspired by what I see. I get inspired knowing that I had a chance to meet some of these gentlemen that are now gone, knowing that 5 of these gentlemen were Tuskegee Airmen during World War II, knowing that one of them became a physician when he went off the job on disability, knowing that they endured things that we will never have to endure today during those times. Because you think about the mid-50s when civil rights legislation did not exist. Black elected officials did not exist on the level they are today. You're wondering, well, how did you do it? How did you maintain and manage? I mean, there was always hope for tomorrow, according to them. But in those days, there was nothing to really support you, but just hoping that the goodwill of some people would just come to light, and they would support your effort and cause for full integration, full equality. So knowing that they paid that price, knowing that they went through those things, and today we owe a great debt of gratitude to these gentlemen for what they have endured.